well worth paying attention to. But before I start, I just want to say this. I missed yesterday's market report, and as many of you know, I was involved in an automobile accident. I wrecked my beautiful BMW 335i. I am heartbroken about it, but thankfully no one was hurt, and this is why I missed yesterday's market report. All right, but thank you for all your kind words. I've got a ton of emails about it from all of you. You guys rock. You're the best. And again, I promise you all I'm going to work harder for you than ever before this year. And that brings me to what I want to discuss. So today, we got some economic news. A huge, absolutely tremendous miss with regard to the jobs report. They were expecting a gain of around 200,000. It appears that there was just a gain of 74,000. And by and large of this terrible number, most of these were added in the service sector and temporary jobs. I mean, this does not bode well for the rhetoric that's been coming out of the mouths of our policymakers, President Obama telling us that we're in some type of a recovery. There is no recovery. Again, I've been over this a million times. And despite whatever the Fed is trying to do, it's not working. But you're going to hear this from the mainstream media and probably from President Obama as well. The unemployment rate has dropped to 6.7%. Doesn't make sense now, does it? But think of it this way. The labor force participation rate is the lowest it's been in 35 years. People are leaving the workforce. They're stopping looking for work. So they're not counted anymore. In other words, they don't matter. They've been just erased. It's incredible. So the mainstream media is going to tout this as a good thing. They're going to tout that Barack Obama, who in my opinion is the worst president to ever hold office in this country. Really, I think it's that bad. They're going to tout this as a good thing, and they're going to spin it every which way but the truth. And that is the truth, people. There is nothing going on here. It's just being propped up by a runaway Federal Reserve who, with this dismissal report, in my opinion, is going to keep pumping and pumping the liquidity into this market and buying assets across the board. We know this. It won't stop. They can't stop. Again, this is a side effect, people, that is terminal. The party ended in 2008. A lot of other stuff going on here, people. If you've been following this blog, at least for the past 3 months or so, you know this. I have been so accurate with what has been taking place with regard to pretty much everything across the board. It's a little scary, and that's the truth. I'm not tooting my own horn here, but it's a fact. And if you have been using my site, traderschoice.net, you have made yourself almost stupid amounts of money if you've been trading options like I do. Now, with that said, historically, this next week, beginning on Monday, is not a good one for the overall markets. Now, none of this is written in stone, people, but I like to follow historical trends as well in my strategy to try to capitalize on these markets. So if you are long, if you are still holding long positions, I would consider closing them and taking your profits here. Now, you're not too late if you did not do this today, which is Friday. I think this Monday is an opportunity here to sell. We may actually see some strength in the market on Monday, but that doesn't mean the end of the week is going to be good. We have a lot of stuff going on here with options expirations. Do a little research into this yourself. What I have done, and you can check my site, traderschoice.net. There's a link right down here in the description of this video. I have closed all my longs. I have pulled out nice profit for myself. I have now 2 short positions listed on my site. Again, I want to try to take advantage of a possible pullback here, and there's no reason why we can't make cash here on both sides of this trade. This is how the professionals do it. This is how I do it, and this is what I want all of you to take advantage of as well. Let's go over some other dynamics that make me believe that this will happen. What happened today in the markets is this. We saw equities under pressure throughout most of the day, although we did end today with only a fractional loss in the Dow. The S&P and the NASDAQ finished up slightly higher, but we had a huge move of cash into bonds, or a flight to safety here. The 10-year yield came down substantially. We also saw huge inflow into the paper metal market. I hate the paper metal market, you know that. So what this is telling me is the market may be trying to tell us something here. Get out of equities. Maybe look for another place to put your cash right now. And if you're smart enough and savvy enough, you can take advantage of this pullback, which I think is going to happen. I think there's a high probability here that we could end next week lower. Could I be wrong? Absolutely, I could be wrong, people. So do your own research always. It's super important. But again, I don't want anyone out here to get hurt. So it wouldn't be a bad idea if you have profits here, especially if you're using my site, traderschoice.net. The last whole bunch of trades have performed spectacularly. Yeah, there were a few that didn't do too well, but by and large, we've made cash here, people, and I am proud to say that we're making it happen, period. I also said we would see gold and silver trade in a range for a while, commodities. I think that's going to happen here as well. Again, I am still bullish here when it comes to the stock market because the Fed is not going to stop. They can't stop. Our policymakers will not allow them to stop this mechanism of transfer of wealth and all the things I always talk about, people. So I am a longer term bull here, but this week I think there's red lights flashing here. So again, consider pulling some profit on Monday. If you're long, maybe take up a short position or two. I have two recommendations, traderschoice.net. Check the link right down here. Now, before I let you go, I want to bring your attention to something else. I've been conversing lately with Ernie Veratimos. I know some of you know him. He and I got off to a little bit of a rough start here, but that's okay. I think he's a good guy. I think he has a good heart, and he has some interesting ideas when it comes to trading. He's offering some seminars as well. So what I have done here, people, I'm going to place a link right down here in the description of this video. It will take you to his site, apple-investor.com. It's also posted on my site, Trader's Choice, on the last page. You'll see it at the bottom there. If you're interested in learning about trading and get some ideas, again, none of this is written in stone. I don't care who you hear it from. You have to establish your own perspective on these things and your own understanding and put together a game plan, period. That's just the way this is. But as another avenue for all of you to maybe gain some knowledge here, wouldn't be a bad idea to check out Ernie's site. Again, link right down here, Apple Investor. I think you might like it. Again, do your own research. Don't take anyone's word as, you know, the end all, period. Not mine, not anyone's. With that said, people, I think this video has been very important, especially because of what may happen here in the market. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I want people to make cash. I am trying desperately to improve all of our lives. That's really what I'm all about here, people. It's just so important to me. In fact, it's the most important thing to me. Despite what you might hear about some of these trolls out here, and they're all insane. I mean, all of them will tout how Greg was wrong here and Greg was wrong there. Really? Well, how about how many times I have been right, especially lately, all of you? And if you're going to post that, well, of course not. But that's okay, because me and my subs are laughing at every single one of you. And I especially am laughing my way to the bank, just so you know. That's it, people. I love all of you. You guys are awesome. And I will see you on Monday. Please share this video if you think it's been important. Please give me a thumbs up. Check out Ernie's site. That's it. Over and out.